I recently learned that a close friend of mine has been conned into following the cult like sovereign citizen movement and is on the brink of some dangerous experimentation. I remember there was a somewhat loose group of believers that usually were at odds with the government filing bogus liens on various officials. Many of them were jailed. I began to personally investigate some of these characters out of deep concern for my friend who thought that I too could somehow benefit from this scheme. What I soon learned was beyond startling and disturbing. There are criminals preying on Americans using sophisticated videos and pseudo-historical law to fleece people, destroying their lives in the process. They make a fortune selling how to do it DVDs, kits, and document forms. Social media is being used and abused by these creeps right now, creating thousands of ignorant victims. They teach their recruits that government has gone bad, enslaving us. Okay, there may be some truth to that, but they're capitalizing on that somewhat accurate representation, duping whoever they can. They convince their recruits that their licenses, taxes, and most laws don't apply to them, and this was because liberty was stolen from them by the evil politicians, bankers, and the Federal Reserve. They claim government lacks jurisdiction over any of us or our lives. The truth is, every American court has rejected this flawed legal theory. Unfortunately, many people became convinced, and some even violently resist authorities, assuming the courts and juries will somehow rule in their favor. What happens is some are actually injured as they get hauled off to jail over failure to obtain a driver's license or vehicle registration. A really ugly twist here is that these ringleaders have convinced their believers that they are all somehow entitled to a secret bank account tied to the US Treasury with virtually unlimited funds. They can legally use this to pay off their debts. One such ringleader is a former lawyer, Heather Ann Tucci-Jarraf, who gives out horrible legal advice, convincing recruits that they are somehow within the law. This woman surrendered her law license decades ago and pretends she's still a bona fide attorney. Tucci-Jarraf was arrested today in Washington, D.C. by the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. Another member was recently convicted by a federal jury and is facing life behind bars. They suggest a complicated route to use your name and social security along with other account numbers to create financial instruments for debt payment. The sad part is sometimes it works, at least until Homeland Security and the FBI get involved. What happens next is the duped victims gets their homes searched, computers, phones, and storage devices confiscated. They quickly get indicted and imprisoned for creating the suggested financial instruments and other documents. Their lives become absolutely ruined. If you're into this activity, stop while you still can. If you got friends and relatives hooked in this cult-like program, do what you can to save them. This activity is highly illegal and the penalties are incredibly severe. Rescuing loved ones caught up in this trap may be very difficult because they all want so much to believe in the soulless bastards that have convinced them into following this garbage. The bottom line here is if it seems too good to be true, it usually is too good to be true. I'm Paul Hubel. Thank you for watching.